Hey, it's me again. Um, I want to do one more block, and then I'll get on with my business. Uh, they have on Capitol Hill now. They've gone after. Uh, they want to change like in same-sex marriage. They want to change like two people of the same sex that they're spouses. Okay, so they want to call them a spouse, and under the Defense Act of Marriage or defending marriage, because that's basically what we have to do is defend it. Anything that you want to keep, you have to defend. Anything that is good to you, you have to defend. And if you have children, you have to defend and protect them. Okay. Obviously, we are in a state, where basically we have no defense of. Basically, they want marriage to be just like anything. Anything, anybody, except they don't want polygamous, which is probably because it's more related to countries that are not related to them. So it's probably for the sake of because of Arabs or other nations. But in old times, like I said, if we're returning back to the days of sodomy, then we need to return back to polygamy, which that I'm with. That would be the give and take. Well, for all the men that you're, and the children that you're turning gay or homosexual, with that, then the abundance of women that is going to be left given to me. Like I say, I'm still working on my Christianity too. I'm just joking. Anyway, so now, what I want to say is that whatever God does, the devil tries to mimic. The devil is not a creator, okay? I see a lot of hip hop videos, of robot videos, and dancing videos and stuff like that. I did that 10 years ago, okay? I created that ideal. That was my ideal like 10 years ago, okay? So it's beautiful. I like what they're doing with the video and stuff like that. But to me now, it's kind of cliche, okay? But it's good. I'm glad. I saw some things about that, but that's beautiful. But it's still not original ideal. Okay, it's very not original ideal. God is a creator. He created. It's original. I mean, when you create stuff, there's a difference between modifying stuff and creating stuff. Okay. Now, I'm not always a creative person. Sometimes I go, I try to be creative, but maybe they might have done it, 200 years ago or 100 years ago, and everybody's forgot it. And so I've kind of rehashed it, reawakened it or something like that, and made it popular, and then somebody else snakes it from me and they make it popular. But anyway, I'm going off course. They want to the devil always tries to take, I'm talking perspective from an artist. Actually, I talk more about, I'm a Christian, but I talk more about being an artist than I do about Christianity. My perspective is basically artistic. That's who I am. That's what I do. And stuff like that. I am a Christian also. A lot, however, where I come from, my artist background is a thing that has everything to do with it. I'm a person who had to deal with, and they still project the lie that if you're a creative person, that it has to have to do with because you're different, and so therefore your sexuality is different. No, my sexuality is different every single day. It's not that I'm doing different sex. I'm just more creative with it, if we're gonna talk about that, we're gonna go there. I had no problem going with there, if that's what it's gonna be about. There's ways of being creative without being, without being So, so plain and simple. So here's my thing, and I basically my YouTube channel. I talk about a lot of different things. I try to show, like I showed you how I study. That's gonna help some artists. Instead of sitting there in the bathtub, you know what? Before the iPad was made, I wanted to have a little panel where I could watch computer stuff, not a television. And so the iTub is a really great thing, and that's going to help somebody. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I can blog every day. And I can come up with something creative about that every day, something different, because life is different. Every day is different. Every day is an opportunity for you to do something different. It's a new day. Anybody that says same shit, new day, you know how they say, same old crap, same soup, new day, excuse me. Don't talk to them no more. If you say, I'm like, wait a minute, it's a whole new day and you still didn't change from yesterday, get away from them. But so my point is that it's creativity and stuff like that. That's a rare high honor. That's a rare high honor, and that's one that God completely holds. Okay, now the devil is not creative whatsoever. He don't take nothing. He ain't nothing. Y'all heard the joke, right? God challenged the devil challenged God to say he can make a man better than him. And God said, okay. And so he makes a man. He reaches in the ground, pulls out some dirt, makes a man. And then he says, okay, the devil says, that's pretty good, but I can do better. And so then the devil reaches down to the ground and starts to make a man. God said, what are you doing? And the devil said, I'm making a man. God said, not with my dirt. But it's still good, right? Anyway, so that's my point, y'all. Is that anything that God creates, the devil tries to recreate, or tries to corrupt, or tries to flip on side, or try to take ownership. So here it is like, a spouse is a man and a woman, and the devil is trying to corrupt it and trying to make his own form of marriage. That's what it is. It's to honor the devil, and so that's why it's called unholy. God is holy. This is unholy. So the devil is trying to make his own form of marriage, and it is to do one thing. It is to mock God, or to try to pretend that he is equal, and try to convince you and that he is equal. God knows he's not equal. He knows he's not equal, but he wants to fool you into believing that he is equal. It's not about God. It's not about the devil. The devil's plight is already set. God has not changed one bit. Not one bit. We change, and the devil pulls stuff to change us, but God ain't changed. He's the exact same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Our laws change. God don't change. Man becomes corrupt. Our plight is sin and death. I gotta die. You gotta die. We change as we start to grow on. There's the same God that is in the beginning of the Bible, when Adam and Eve ate the fruit, is the same one that says, look, at the end of the Bible. Okay, it's the same one. Okay, so in the beginning of the Bible, and let me prove it to you. In the beginning of the Bible, that's why sin is still a sin, and God is still God, and evil is still evil, and the devil's trying to confuse you into thinking it's some kind of duality when it's not. God made the dirt. It's not the same level whatsoever. God created the devil, but he created him good. He He created him to be a good thing, and the devil corrupted himself. So that's what that you know. And when we followed the devil, when we ate the apple, we started to corrupt ourselves. We became, you know, we became his subjects. You know, so to prove that God is the same, when Adam and Eve ate the apple, and they found out that they were naked, immediately they became ashamed in their head, because that's what nakedness for a non-crazy person would do. They would try to cover themselves up. You know, they put something on their groin. You know, so people walking around naked talking about they so sexual, they are crazy. And in case of a Bible, that you got people that needs to show all of their body and walk around naked and show their cooter mama on stage, it's crazy. Who called it cooter mama? Bree, right? I got that from Bree, right? So you got these people who think that they so different and creative and all that stuff because they done showed their cooter mama on stage. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I'm just not mentioning any names. If it hits you, just curl your toes. You throw a rock in a crowd, the only one that gets hit is the only one who says ouch is the one that get hit. So just curl your toes and nobody know you got hit. Anyway, sorry, I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just messing with you. Anyway, so God in the beginning, after they hit Adam and Eve, because there is a shame. You know, when marriage is to cover shame, it is a form of honor, and they're trying to make things holy, which is not holy, and honorable, which is not honorable. It's a spiritual thing. Now, if you don't believe in God or anything, don't even talk to me about spirituality, because you don't know nothing about it, because you don't study it, you don't adhere to it, and you don't even believe it exists. So how can you say these things? But God said while you was before you was in your mother's womb, or was it, no, that he knew you. Before you was in your mother's womb, I knew you. You know, that's spirituality. Jesus said, how can you understand those things which are spiritual when you don't even understand these basic truths on earth? He said, you cannot enter your mother's womb twice. Therefore, you know, how is a man born again? Spiritual. So let me say that because I'm going on. In the beginning, God said, after, you know, the shame of the sin, that the shame that puts on it. And I'm going to tell you, and I preach for those, all right, for the homosexuals that are okay and just can handle it, for the ones that can't handle it, you know, for the ones that go mental because of homosexuality, because they can't handle it, because they realize there's something wrong, because they open themselves to open the door on a whole can of worms, a whole spiritual, a whole different world. If their world just gets flipped upside down, because now what is right is wrong and what is wrong is right, and they can't find a place. I'm speaking to you. God still loves you. God still loves you, and God is a God of sound mind and not a spirit of fear. So hold on to him. By faith we walk each day. Okay. So really put one foot in front of the other and you will still get there. Okay. All right. One day at a time. Okay. Now that's for those who are in the asylum or whatever. Okay, if you okay with it, if you on stage acting crazy, showing your genitals and your hair, it looks like, you know, something that is not made by man, I'm not talking to you. Okay, you know. If you wear, if you wearing blonde hair, if you got red hair and a green suit on, you know, and you in front of the world and you okay with it, I'm not talking to you, Chris. Anyway, God is today the same as yesterday and before. So in the garden, after Eve did all of this stuff, If he, I'm sorry. Next time I use the Bible because I understand I am injecting some of my own thoughts. But Eve, you know, God asked her, well, "What happened? Why are you hiding? Where are you? You know, why are you hiding from me? Where are you at? You know, where are you spiritually? You know, where are you? You know, to prompt the question, you know, to prompt the answer. Since you hiding, it's not like God don't know. He's asking you so you could tell it. Because if you don't, because if he don't ask you, you're not gonna tell it. You know. So he asked the question, "Where are you?" You know. It says we're hiding because we're ashamed. It says because we're naked. You know, honor, again, marriage is to cover honor. Two man, it says in the Bible too, a man and a woman will come together and be married, and therefore they will have no shame. That's why. That's why they want it so bad. Because it ain't because of sex. It's the spiritual value of honor. You should honor yourself for just being a human being, that God loves you, period. Whether you sin or not, is mercy and grace. And so, you know, where you could really and truly get honor and respect from, you deny it. You know, God can give you honor. God can give you love. God can give you everything you need is in his house. You know, as it says many times, it says, I ask people to come to the banquet, they don't come. They don't come. It's a banquet. A banquet. Plenty of gifts, plenty of spiritual food, you know. So anyway, read the Bible. That's how you get it. You eat it, you digest it. But a man thinketh, so is he, you know. So anyway, so the end, going to the point, and then God said, "Who told you was naked?" And then Adam said, "Well, you know that woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit, right?" And then she says, "Why did you do this thing? Did you do it?" She said, "Well, the snake, you know, everybody passing the buck. The snake deceived me." And then we get to the snake, and the Lord knows the deal. And so, because he knows who the snake is, right? And so he says to the snake, he says, "You know what? From now on, you'll crawl on your belly and eat dust." You know. So he cursed her, and he said that the man, that the woman's seed will crush your head, will crush your head, and his heel will be, and you will bite at his heels. He will be afflicted. He will crush your head. And so what he was saying is that, you know, this thing that you have brought death on them, because he told them that he would surely die, because he said you will surely not die. He contradicted God in order to sell this lie. He said, "Oh, you surely will not die. You know, you surely will not die. It's surely not corrupt. You will surely not be corrupt. You know, it surely will not kill you. It surely will not take you, take you down. So the wages of sin is death, and so Jesus, which was the seed of the woman, was the flesh of the woman, and a seed from God Himself. You know, Jesus Christ, which came into her offspring. I forgot exactly how it says, but basically through the woman. You know, He said, her seed will crush your head. The fruit of, I forgot how he said it, I'm sorry, and I should have the Bible. But basically her offspring, you know, which was through Jesus, will crush your head. So, you know, Adam wasn't in it at all. You know, Adam was the image of man. Adam didn't have anything. Joseph didn't have anything to do with raising Christ. You know, and matter of fact, only this he gave, because man was a spiritual thing. You know, so only thing that Joseph did was gave Mary honor. He said, because, you know, in them days you get stoned, you know, so, for that kind of corruption, you know. And so what he did was he married her, you know, when she said she was pregnant, so that she would not be put away. And so he gave her honor through marriage. And that's what I didn't want it. They want to put something holy. They want to cover the shame. They want to put something honorable on something that is not honorable. It is not moral, and it is not, does not, I don't like the word moral actually, but it has no life. It is not humane. It's inhumanity laws, you know. So the whole thing about it is this hypocrisy, the chaos of it, and to call two people, man and man, a marriage of the darn devil, you know. Try to call them spouses, you know. So because it's built on a lie, because that's what the devil does is lie. He says, you know, you are corrupt. He says, you are, you will not die, you know, you will not die, excuse me. He says, you will not die, you know. He says, you will not, you know, basically he says, you will not lie. And that's a lie. So, you know, what you have is something that is built on lies. So everything that God creates, the devil, just looking at this, try to flip it around and make it like his to fool you that he's got some power and that he is God and stuff like that, you know. Yes, you are gods. You will say you will be like gods. Yes, you are gods. Jesus says it himself. You are, the word is judges. You are judges, you know. It is your job, you know. And so when you go to heaven, you know, when you get there, you know, you will be part, you know, a judge with God. You know, you will have, you will partake in that, you know. Yes, ye are Elohim. That means judges, you know. That means you will know right from wrong. If you don't know right from wrong, then what kind of judge? You don't know that calling two men, calling two men spouses, you're not going to make a very good judge. God bless you all. Love you all. Jesus loves you all. God bless you.